Howdy, howdy everybody, Chris here. We are back in the garage today working on this Nissan Altima. Now last week we went ahead and straightened the damage on this quarter panel. I walk you through the steps to repair a dent using body filler. Now in today's episode, we are going to go over the proper preparation of the primer and masking. We all know if you don't prepare your primer for paint in a specific way, then you're going to have some adhesion problems and it could create some real issues in the repair. If after this video you still have questions or you just weren't able to absorb it all, I did create a digital guide on how to prepare primer for paint that's going to really help you out, and you can find that at garagenoisegear.com. And you can always ask me questions down in the comments below. Let's get into it. The 2K primer has sat overnight. It's ready to be block sanded. We're going to add some guide coat. Now this guide coat's going to help us identify any high or low areas. I'll start by blocking out the primer with 320 grit sandpaper on this small block. We've got some body lines and contours that we need to be aware of, so we're not going to be blocking right on those body lines. I'm going to block the flat areas with this small block, and we're just removing the texture. We're removing any deep scratches. So this is all blocked out, came out nice and smooth. We're blocking it with 320 grit sandpaper. Some guys will block their primer with 180, but that's only if they're putting more primer on it. For something like this, all we have to do is block it with 320, and then before we apply our base or our sealer, we want to go over it with 600 to refine those 320 grit scratches just a little bit. Some guys will go over it with 400. You can also use 800. I like to use 600 because if you're spraying a high metallic finish and you use anything coarser than that, like a 400 or a 320, technically you can paint over 320. But the problem is those metallics will lay in those 320 grit scratches funny, and sometimes you'll get some distortion in your metallics. So I like to use 600. Some guys will use 800 though. I just like a little bit more grip for the base coat to stick to. But see how it's smoothing out all the texture? And you can tell we got a little low area here. We'll see if that blocks out, right? A little bit of flex in this panel. So you want to be, see how that flexes? It's a little too much flex, but it'll be okay. It's not going to keep it from getting straight when we're blocking it. But you want to be aware of that. If you got a lot of flex in your panel, you got to shrink that panel so it tightens it up. But that's another video. And actually that tool that we used, I told you, the Champ Pro, that shrinks metal really easy. You don't have to get out a torch, and it does a really good job shrinking metal. So there's a little wonkiness right here that I noticed before, but I think primer will just kind of work this out a little bit, enough that it's not going to be noticeable at all. So there is just a little bit of a hey, you want to grab me a spoon, Darius, and a hammer? We got a high spot I kind of missed here. This is a little bit high right here. So it's low on either side. I'm going to try and tap down the high spots around this, kind of level this out just a little bit before we paint it. I don't think anybody's ever going to, you're never going to see it, but just in case, you don't want to create any dents. Sometimes I'll use a paint stick too. So this is just going to knock down that high spot a little bit. a little bit better. All right. Let's block it out a little bit more. Between that and blocking, that should take care of it. Pretty good. See how it's kind of disappearing? So we're blocking this out of the paint. Really, we're blocking the paint down with 320. It's starting to break through the paint there. So we're using the paint kind of as a primer, right? And we're gonna stop right there. It's very minimal. See this little gouge? This little gouge right here. I just got to put a little glaze in there. All right, just get a little bit right there. I can block that out with 320. So he's washing this with isopropyl alcohol. You can use isopropyl alcohol, you can use wax and grease remover. We like to use isopropyl alcohol because it kind of helps eliminate a little bit of static. Now we're going to seal that bumper before we paint it, but we always use a clean microfiber towel. All right, there we go. We'll put a little sealer over that. Now we just need to wash this. I'm gonna clean up this dust around here. I don't think I'll blow it off. I think I'll just wet it all down. And then we'll wash this with isopropyl alcohol and mask it up, get ready to spray. Now I'm just getting the car ready to be masked off. I went ahead and wet down the floor. I blew the car off, all the dust, and now I'm wiping it down with isopropyl alcohol. This is a very important step. You want to make sure all the contaminants are removed off the surface so you don't have any reaction when you're spraying your base or your clear coat. Now I use isopropyl alcohol. You could also use wax and grease remover or a water-based cleaner or all three. And as you see, I'll clean this several times before we apply our base. I'm also looking for any shiny areas that haven't been scuffed properly, and I'm using a 600 grit foam pad to sand those areas. Now I'll start masking this off. First thing I'll do is I'm going to mask off the trunk area. So for that I'm going to use foam tape in here. And when you lay your foam tape in, make sure you're laying it down a little bit so you can get a little bit of paint over that edge. Okay, so I'm using some 2-inch tape. I use Q1 tape. Seems to be pretty good. So I'm just going to back mask. Now when I shut this, I can put my plastic to it. We'll be good. Let's put the foam tape in the jam. So this is foam masking tape. Show you how this works. So we want a little paint to blow in there, so I'm going to put it down just a little bit. But this has a sticky side and a non-sticky side. We're going to put the sticky side on the panel itself, a little bit lower than the edge. Now we'll shut this. Now we got our perimeter done here. Okay, we'll put some foam tape in this jamb. I also tape the edge of this door. You don't have to do it that way, but it makes it easier when you run the plastic. We're putting foam tape in this jamb so we don't get any overspray into this jamb. You don't want to pull this or stretch it or else it'll come loose on you. Some guys don't like foam tape. I kind of think it's pretty convenient. And I don't really ever have an issue with it. And now what we can do is just shut this door. Now down here we're going to be blending the clear right in this little groove. So we're just laying our foam tape right in that little contour. We're just going to clear down to here and then blend it. All right, let's finish masking this off. Here this is all taped off and ready. We'll blend the color here, base coat, and then mid coat pearl. We're going to seal that little area we did some filler work on. Blend out into the deck lid, and then we'll clear this entire deck lid. I want to wipe that down again with isopropyl alcohol. This, we need to put some sealer on this. So let's go ahead and mix up some sealer. On the next episode, we'll be painting this Nissan Altima. Be sure to tune in to that. We'll walk you through the entire process of applying sealer, base coat, mid coat pearl, and then clear coat. And I'll walk you through all the techniques you need to know in order to get a beautiful looking finish. I really hope you found this information helpful. I know it was a quick video. If you find my videos helpful, be sure to leave me a comment down below, like and subscribe. If you have any questions, you can check out that guide at garagenoisegear.com. I really appreciate each and every one of you watching and supporting the channel, and we'll see you on the next episode of Garage Noise.